I'm generalizing here a lot of this, but we go get chest x-rays, I go in for EKGs and all this other stuff, and then there's one day that we're home and I'm still feeling like crap. I was also having issues when I would lay down, like where I felt like I couldn't catch my breath and just thought I was super congested. They wanted to make sure that the pneumonia, I didn't have a clot or anything else, so they were doing x-rays and all this. One day after I get a bunch of tests done, I get home and I get a call. That's my doctor, and he says, hey, plans on the ground have changed. I need you to put a few things into a bag. Don't waste time. I need you to drive to Yale. And I'm like, Yale, what's going on? He goes, you got something going on with your heart. I said, well, shouldn't I just go to Greenwich much closer? He said, no. What you have going on is pretty serious. If you go to Greenwich, they're gonna transfer you to Yale. They have a better department there. That's where you need to be. Go now, don't waste time. Go check in the ER. I'm gonna have somebody there waiting for you to check you in. I go, dude, like you're making this sound like this is life or death. What is going on? He goes, you're in heart failure.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm in heart failure. And he goes, your ejection fracture, which should be around 55, 60, you're at 30. He said, you need to go. You're cascading, you're in heart failure. Holy shit. All right, so I throw my stuff in the bag. He's like, I don't 100% know what's going on, but we're gonna find out. We drive there. Obviously my wife is like, holy cow. So she's scared, but like, I'm in good shape. I eat healthy, I eat clean. Like I don't eat crap, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't anything. Like I'm about as crystal clean as you can get, right? We drive there, get checked in. Obviously because of the situation, they have somebody there waiting for us. They finally check us in, we get in there. So now it's early evening, I check in, they start to run all the tests, and when I get the first test back, my ejection fracture is at 22. And they're like, holy cow, like you're cascading quickly here. We gotta find out what's going on. We can't do it till the morning. They keep running other tests, doing all this stuff. In the morning, they do a bunch of other stuff. They basically come back and say, your ejection fracture is now 12. We need to go now. Like, so I'm like 1 yard lining it. They get me in there. I have a blockage in my, what they call the Widowmaker, 99%. Like, and they were like, dude, you're lucky that you didn't like throw any kind of clot or anything. With all the traveling and the flying and everything else that you do, if you would have thrown a clot, that would have been it. You'd have never seen it coming. You would have just fell over and, all that stuff. So they do the cath, they put a stent in, all good. During the process, as I'm recovering from this, they had me wearing a defibrillator vest as a precaution because I had cascaded so low, all this other stuff. And meanwhile, everything else now, the rest of my heart looks great. Everything else is this one thing, and they're like, when they get into my family history, they're like, wow, genetically, my dad's had triple bypass, my grandfather died young, heart disease. We didn't know this until, I literally found out like 2 weeks prior that his dad, my great-grandfather, had died at 52, heart failure. Look, at the time, they didn't just drop dead walking, right? They didn't know, so it's like a genetic thing that you're predisposed to. So as I leave, I go home after so many days or whatever, I'm wearing this defibrillator vest. At some point they call me and they're like, you had a slight VFib episode, where VFib is where your heart flutters, and it basically, if your heart doesn't rectify itself, you die. They were like, it was very short, your heart corrected itself, but the fact of all the stuff you've been through and the fact that you had a VFib, we need to talk to you about some things. I go in and they're like, you need a defibrillator put in your chest. And I was like, I didn't even understand this at that point in time. Like a pacemaker? I'm 52 years old. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, no, a defibrillator that if you have a VFib, which we're not sure you have VFib, but we think that we've seen it one time. And this is how they explained it to me. They said, look, if we put this in, best case scenario is we put this in, you come back to us 30 years from now and you go like, this thing never went off once, wasted my time. You guys put this in my chest, I didn't need it. You wasted my time. And they go like, oh, that's okay. The other side is we don't put it in. 5 years from now, you drop dead. And your wife comes back to us and go, wow, my husband died. And he's like, wow, we should have put a defibrillator in, because we don't know, you don't fit in the category. So after much convincing to a degree, we put the defibrillator in, except the first one Putting in a defibrillator, there's a couple of options that they can do. We choose one option. We go in to put that in. Should be about an hour and a half max surgery. A couple of days of recovery. You're good to go, like nothing ever happened to you. I had a 7.5 hour surgery first day, full of complications, and it didn't work. Oh. And how they find out that it doesn't work is they give you a VFib attack, and then if the machine doesn't rectify it, they have to zap you back. Oh. And right, so 7.5 hours. When I wake up, they're like, yeah, no, 7.5 hours. We had to zap you twice, and unfortunately it didn't work. So tomorrow we have to go back in, try to reposition it, and if that one doesn't work, we have to go with the other option, which is a main line direct to your heart. I said, well, okay, that's what you got to do. I go in the next day, 8 hours of surgery. Next day, same issues. First one still doesn't work. They have to go back, take all that stuff out, start over, put a new one in, mainline it. Huge process, but 15 plus hours of surgery in 2 consecutive days with all this digging. And it was all stuff like I'm too vascular from years of training. My fascial tissue is too thick. The digging is incredibly difficult. Like, it's just all these little things. And I just, like, every issue they could have had, I had. So that was in December. So I needed to get to a particular place where they could actually put the defibrillator in December, beginning of December. They put the defibrillator in. In my mind at that point, I'm getting this defibrillator December 1st. I'll be back before Christmas. I'll be back and everything's back to normal and stuff, except 15 hours of surgery. They were like, dude, you're looking at, this is a long recovery now. It's funny. I get emotional thinking about it. In some way, it's a gift to look at your life through those eyes. If they tell you you're going to die on Tuesday, no one is going to go, well, shit, I have a board meeting on Friday. Right? It's irrelevant. I love what I do. I love the passion that it brings out of me. I love all of it. I love creating this, I love being a part of creating the magic of what we do in WWE for people all around the world, for kids, for everybody that enjoys it. It's my passion in life, but it doesn't compare to my passion for my kids or my wife or any of that. So when you break it down in that manner, and that can all go away, you think of life differently. You and I have talked about that, right? Your daughter's birthday, you think to yourself like, Ron, I don't want to miss that. It's easy to talk yourself into missing it. It's just this 1 year. I've really got to do this. This is really important, a really big business. I got to do this. Like, so just let this one thing go. You can't. They go by fast, it goes by quick, and then it's gone. You sort of, it's a gift to be able to look at that differently, through a different lens, through different eyes, to say, no, these are the things that are important to me. I'm going to put that first at all times. Even though I always felt like I did it that way, you can look at times when you didn't. And to have that perspective in some manner is a gift of making you appreciate things that you just took for granted.